I'm back. Second channel. I know it's been a while. It's been a long while. I missed you guys too. But welcome to my second channel if you're new here. My name is Danny, and today I was sitting down and I thought about it. One, I haven't said hi to the second channel in a while. Hi again. But two, we finished the BMW 340i build. We uploaded this really good video of building the whole car in one episode. But one thing I didn't do was talk about how much it truly costs to build a BMW. So sit back, let's talk about the full cost breakdown of my 340i single turbo that made 698 horsepower on the dyno, I think. I don't know, but that being said, let's get to it. Yeah, that should be fun, right? By the way, how are you guys doing though? I'm doing great. Life is good. Blessing from God as always. Yeah, can't complain. We go through our ups and downs, but that's life, right? All right, let's talk about the breakdown. No, behind me is not the 340i. It is, oh shoot. It is my M3. I love this car. It is another massive build that we are doing on my main channel. I don't think you guys have even seen the M3. Second channel, say hi to the M3. One of my biggest nightmares, one of my biggest projects in my life. But I love this thing. This thing is incredible. But let's talk about my 2017 BMW 340i M Sport. Yeah, so I got this car. It was abandoned next to someone's house. The kid bought it from Copart. He didn't know how to fix it. To make the long story short, I saw it on Marketplace listed for, I think it was listed for like $11,000. I pretty much drove to the kid's house. I was like, I'll be there in, I think he was like an hour away. I drove there. I saw the car. I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. I mean, I remember texting all my friends saying, it's a good idea. Most of them said it wasn't, except for Roland. Shout out to Roland. He said, go for it. If the engine works good, maybe it's just a transmission problem or it just needs coating. But worst case scenario, it needs a new transmission. So I went over there, talked to the kid, saw the car. My newest ever car. At that time, I had a 2007 335i. Told him I'll be here tomorrow with $8,000. He said, okay. I bought the car for $8,000. Boom! This is my little cheat sheet, by the way. I have all the prices on here. All right, y'all. Well, I might have really messed up, and I think I erased the whole cost breakdown. Never mind, I found it. Never mind, I found the notes. So I paid for the car $8,000. After that, I tried figuring out the issue. What was the issue? So I pretty much contacted someone to recode the transmission that was currently in the car because the guy lied to me. He actually did change out the trans because when he got it from Copart, he never wanted to move, so he changed out the trans. He never told me he did. So before I went ahead and bought myself a transmission, I told the coder, hey, let's try to reprogram the transmission to the car. That didn't work, so I bought a transmission. Ended up being the wrong transmission, which is still sitting over there. And then I bought a second transmission. I spent $5,000 on two transmissions. But funny enough, the transmission wasn't even really the issue. It was that it wasn't coded properly. So even after I installed the second good transmission that I bought, we programmed the transmission, it still didn't go into gear. So the programmer was like, hold on, let me redo this again. So what I did was I took out the brain of the transmission, I shipped it out to him, and he coded it on the bench. I don't know what that means. I get it. What are we doing? You shredding paper? After he coded it on the bench, the legendary moment, one of the best moments in my life, the car finally moved. Gosh, we're going in reverse! Holy sh! It f***ing worked! It f***ing worked! And then we have a running and driving 340i. In reality, should have been for $10,500 because I'm dumb. It was for $13,000 because I had to get two transmissions. Now, next up was the paint and body work. I can't really say because it's my buddy Lucas that does it for me. So we have a really cool deal, and it won't be the same for you. I'm sorry. You gotta find yourself Lucas. I'm sorry. Now, I did have to get the front wheels to match with the rear wheels because they had like a cool drag setup, so that was $1,100 for wheels and tires. And then I did get some spacers, which were $60. I don't know. Now, a lot of you love the G80 style headlights. Those were $1,100. Big thank you to Coilovers. Also, a lot of these modifications were sponsored from incredible brands and incredible friends like Coilovers. But those headlights, $1,100. They look amazing. Yeah, they're super cool. A lot of people like the older ones better, but I think those are cooler. But then again, it's my car. I don't know. They're cool. We're sponsored by Temu on the second channel. That's so funny to me, but I'm super thankful. Honestly, it's been a whole journey, and the fact that this second channel that I put zero effort into is picking up sponsorships. That's incredible. Now, I love Temu. I think it's very underrated, but you can buy some really good things on there. For example, this little ratchet wrench. I had to get one. These things are so useful, and I want to test it out. And I'm actually not even just saying that because they're a sponsor. A lot of things that I've bought are from Temu. Like, whenever it's like little bits, drill bits, all that I can just buy a high quantity of. Oh, this thing is nice. Whoa. This feels good. In case you want to get this, I'm going to leave it in the description. And Temu right now is celebrating their 2-year anniversary in a massive way. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, now's the time because they're giving away $100 in cash to new users. Step 1 is download the app. Step 2 is use the code that's on the screen right now. And then you're automatically going to see a win cash promotion. Comes with a charger, an extra battery, sockets. That is so cool. And you can get so many things from Temu. You can get body kits. I use it for tools. And you're going to see on the M3, a really cool series is going to come back up. So this, even though they're sponsoring this video, I purchased things on there because I think it's just fun and cool. You can also just get a bunch of sockets like I do, or yeah, sockets, whatever you want to call it. If you're working on BMWs and, oh, that's my fault. Bunch of T sockets, Allen sockets, star sockets. Ooh, I don't have these. This is nice. Pretty much everything you would need to work on a BMW is in here. I'm gonna leave these things in the description because I know a lot of you are gonna want to check it out. So I'll leave that in the description. Big thank you to Temu for sponsoring the second channel. And for you guys, this is supposed to be a secret channel and you're like finding it and stuff. But I'll leave those links in the description. If there is a promo code, it'll be on the screen. Now the front lip is super cool. I forgot the RW carbon. I think it's an RW carbon front lip. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes. That was $550. And unfortunately, rest in peace to the front lip. The wife started driving the car, and it literally lasted a week. A week. I mean, the car is pretty low, but that's pretty funny. Why is she driving the car? We can get into that in a further down episode. Some terrible news with the Audi, but now the 340i does have M3 style fenders. The previous owner purchased. I looked it up online though. Those are $585 for the set. They look really cool. I like them. They're cool. Unique but cool. Now we do have the carbon fiber diffuser, I believe also from RW Carbon, but we have to give massive thank you to Vehicle Barrels for providing that for us. That is $380. And then I do have the carbon fiber mirrors, which one fell off. One of the mirrors flew off, I think almost half a year ago. No, not that long. Couple months ago. I've yet to buy that mirror. So I've been rocking around with one good mirror and just no mirror on the other side for that long. It's terrible. I don't know why I haven't gotten to fixing that, but almost forgot we also have a spoiler which costs this much, as well as the side skirts that cost this much. And yes, they're both carbon fiber. By the way, during this whole shoot, I guess it's been following me around the whole time. Everyone say hi, Akira. Now I guess we could move on to the interior. Now the interior for this car is really unique. I never thought I would do anything like this, genuinely. So we have to give a massive thank you to OEM Garage. They provided the interior at an incredible discount. This car has F80 competition interior. I mean, a dream come true. Just the best. Incredible. F80 comp interior in a 340i is just amazing. But that interior will usually run you $4,000 to $5,000. That's another reason why I never thought it was gonna happen. But I got a call one day and I was like, huh? I'll be there. Drove to Miami. Boom, got the interior in the car. Full interior, by the way, not just seats. We got the door cards, everything. Can't forget about the really cool steering wheel. It is Alcantara with the blue stripe at the top. I also have the little blue start button. Super cool, I don't know. It's kind of like a silver and blue theme in a way. Yeah, I think those are the only two blue things I have, actually. Oh, and the little blue buttons on the steering wheel, which allow me to switch between sport, comfort, whatever. It's really cool. I believe that little module to do that to the steering was, I think it was $200. I'm looking at a helicopter right now. Jeez, they're trying to find somebody. That's so random. Also, this is the second channel, so there's minimal cutting. I'm very distracted. This is raw, uncut, just trying to provide you guys with... Actually, I'm not really trying to... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just... Next. Can't forget about the display from Vehicle Virals. A massive screen. I think it's like 11 inch or something from Vehicle Virals. Apple CarPlay. I love that screen. After driving on my M3, the screen is so little compared to the 340i. So I'm probably gonna get that same screen for the M3. But I don't know if I mentioned it already. That was $650 for that screen. $750, sorry. We also do have the carbon fiber trim from an M4. Thank you, Naughty Auto Parts, the absolute GOAT. I mean, when I do this exact same video for that M3, you guys are gonna see just how much he helped me. I mean, massive thank you. But that was $400 straight from the M4 into a 340i. You get the carbon fiber trim on the dash, or yeah, on the dash. The little piece in the middle console, super cool. I'm probably putting some overlays. Depends how I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, so probably. I forgot to point out that we installed coilovers in the car. We got some SD coilovers. I don't know how much that costs. I think it's between the 15. I think those coilovers are $1,200 to $1,500. I'm not sure, but the dampening you can change. You can do so much with those coilovers. They're amazing. That's why the car's so low and the fitment is incredible. One of my favorite things about the 340 as a fitment, we cannot argue, it has one of the coolest fitments ever. But I did mess up on ordering the front wheels, and it needs 50mm spacers for them to run, and the fitment's like a little I don't know. It's cool. I like it. It's cool. Yeah. I dropped my phone again. I truly never meant for this car, not this car, the 340i, yeah, to push 700 horsepower, over 7. I promise you, when I bought the car, that wasn't really my goal. But then I looked more into it, and my favorite thing about these BMWs is how much power you can push and still just daily drive the car, go pick up groceries, give it to the wife to go to school and back, like nothing. You can do E40, you can do just full 93 octane. You can do so many things, and it'll just drive. I remember I had my 370Z, my Nissan 370Z. It made 606 wheel horsepower on the dyno, but that felt like a full-on like race car. It was raw. It had the harness. You had everything. You couldn't really daily drive it. This thing, you can go make 700 of the dyno, and then go to school, and then go pick up groceries, and then go to church. I literally do all of that, by the way. I'm not just saying. But the turbo kit, $4,000, straight from SpeedTech. It is a SpeedTech top mount turbo kit. It was $4,000. We're running a 6466 PSR turbo, I believe. The high pressure fuel pump from Nostrum. We gotta get, oh wait, no, it's not from Nostrum. It's from Precision Raceworks. Now this is a cool thing. We were actually one of the first cars to run the Precision Raceworks Gauntlet high pressure fuel pump on the car. Honestly, we were so early to get it, where so I work with Nostrum, and I'm pretty sure they partnered on this high pressure fuel pump. I was on the phone with them, and I'm like, yo, I'm thinking about starting this series soon. How are we gonna deal with the fuel pump? They said, we're gonna send it, and then on their end, they're gonna put it out whenever it's ready. I put out that video, I think it was 2 or 3 months after the video was live, that people could buy the pump. That's how early we were. But that pump was incredible. I know people are loving it. Massive thank you to Precision Raceworks, to Nostrum. A massive blessing for the build. And we did go with the Nostrum Stage 1 injectors, which are $1,700. Oh, by the way, the high pressure fuel pump is $1,500. So we're already $4,000, $5,500, like $7,000 in mods, and we're not even done. Engine mods to make horsepower. So yeah, so running the Stage 1 injectors, they actually never saw someone make as much horsepower as I made on those injectors. And we have to give a massive thank you to David Shoop for tuning the video, holy crap, I'm losing my brain, for tuning the BMW. The car still drives amazing till this day. It's well, now it's Crystal's daily driver for a little bit, but it's my daily driver. Love the car. And to be able to run 93 and E85, like I mentioned, we did have to do some flex fuel. Aguira, hold on. Espérate. Flex fuel pretty much makes it so you can flex the fuel. No, that's not right. Mix the fuel up, and then the computer knows exactly how much ethanol content. And then if you tune the car at E40 to make it 700 horsepower, when you're like at E20, it'll know how much horsepower. It'll know how much horsepower to make. It's an incredible. I mean, a lot of people hate technology And trust me, I did a whole wiring harness swap on this car. As much technology as it gets. So I know there's a lot of wires and stuff and it sucks, but in reality, it's pretty awesome. I love technology. I love technology on cars. I'll say it. I almost forgot to control the boost. Since we're not using an electronic wastegate, we're using a max solenoid. We had to go ahead and purchase a whole reflex system, which was pretty pricey. I believe it was $1,500. That's going on this car. It's genuinely the best of both worlds. You simply can't tell me this doesn't look absolutely killer. So in total, for you to build the car part for part, bar for bar, minus one wrong transmission, it would cost you between $31,000 to around $33,000. I left out a bunch of little things I'm sure I bought along the way, like the paint and little sensors here and there. Oh, I did have to buy a water pump, which is a couple $100 because the water pump was leaking. So little things like that I totally forgot about, but you're looking at $31,000 to $33,000. Now, that may seem like a lot, but this car does have 84,000 miles now. I got it with 80,000, and it is my spec, my dream spec. I mean, I don't think you can do more than I did to a 340i. This is peak 340i, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but right now you can probably get a 340i with that mileage stock in the high 20s, early 30s maybe. I don't know, something like that. So the fact that I was able to build it to my own and create amazing memories along the way for the same amount of price, it was totally worth it. And it's a reliable car that I can drive anywhere, do anything. Actually, I think a wheel bearing is bad. I'm lying. I'm completely lying. So I do need to order a wheel bearing for that side, like the passenger rear. But aside from that, the car's 100%. I built it for a purpose. I built it for the purpose of this car is going to be 100%. I'm going to drive it every day. I'm going to go fast. I'm going to cruise like a granny. And it's been amazing. That's why I love building cars and actually driving them after. It's not just like build it and then park it. I hate doing that. That's why I sell a lot of the cars. That'll be really fun. Let me know if you want to see a garage update. I think that'll be a fun thing to do. But if you're looking to build a BMW, that's what you're looking at. Now, I'm going to give you from my experience. Is it expensive to build a BMW? If you know how to work on cars, I think BMWs aren't that difficult to work on actually. And the parts are the more expensive range, but you can get around it. If you use websites like FCP Euro, which sell OE parts and OEM parts, you notice that the part's the same thing, and just because it has a BMW logo on it, you're spending twice as much. So you just get the OE part, and you're basically getting OEM. Oh my gosh, this green screen is like trying to eat me right now. You quickly realize when you buy the OE parts, you're buying the same thing and saving so much money. So there's a lot of ways to get around things. Now, like I said, it's if you do things yourself. I have really never ever taken my car to a shop. Yeah, dang, it's been a long time since I took. So I do everything myself. Even when I don't know something, I look it up. Sometimes I really mess up badly, as you're gonna see in the future with a project, but sometimes I pull it off and I'm happy, and a lot of stress throughout the way. But anyways, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to say is BMWs can be expensive. I spend that much doing it myself, so if you take it to a shop to do all that, yikes, Tommy, better pull out that wallet, buddy, because that's a lot of money. But I think I did take some driving clips with the 340i and me talking about how much I love it, so I might put that in. But if I don't, I love you guys. Thank you for watching the second channel. I hope this helped. Just a fun little how much it really costs to build a car like this. And I know on the full build video, a lot of people were saying, oh, do a cost breakdown. So yeah, here it is. $31,000 to around $33,000. That's like kind of, that's not really a big range when you're in the 30s. So yeah. Will I sell the car? Completely transparent, probably, because having an F80 M3 and a single turbo 340i doesn't make much sense. But then it's been incredible. Takes me from point A to point B every single day. I pick up car parts with it. I just chill in this car, drive it around, gets like 26 miles per gallon. It's my amazing daily driver that I am so thankful for. I'm so thankful for this car. And you have to remember, it was a massive risk that if I didn't do YouTube, I would not have taken. Spending $8 grand on a car that didn't drive, it's a massive risk that I don't recommend anybody to take unless you have YouTube or you're making something out of it and you're getting, this is what you do for a living. I worked up to this point. It was very little by little. The first ever project car I bought for my main channel was a twin turbo 300ZX. That car cost me $3 grand. I couldn't afford it. So I think all I had in my bank account was like 1,200. And then Christabel, back when we were dating at the very beginning, like the first 2 years, she lent me money and I was able to get that car. And there's many stories where Christabel had to, you know, support the channel, and we had just met. And that's why she's been such an incredible supporter throughout all these years, and now my wife. She's just been so incredible and belief in me since the very beginning. But as I'm trying to say, I worked up to this point from monetary perspective and from a, I don't want to say mechanic perspective, more of a confidence perspective. You need to be confident even when you're doing things that you don't know if you're going to be able to figure out. Like, I didn't know how I was going to figure this out, but I was confident enough to know I had the resources, I had the experience, and I was going to figure it out no matter what. So in my mind, I was already getting and running and driving BMW for $8 grand, even though it didn't run. Or it didn't drive. So would I recommend someone to do something like this? No, unless you're making money off of it. And even if you want it to be your career, I don't recommend jumping all in like that without really putting in the work. I've been doing this for 8 years. I think I've been doing YouTube for 7 years before I bought this. So I knew this is what I love to do. I know this is my passion. A lot of people just jump into things because they're trying to catch a trend and they don't really care for it, and then they're in a spot where they don't want it, they're not happy with what they got, and they don't want to do it because they were never in it for the right reasons. So yeah, this car's been awesome though. It drives me around. It's been incredible. I love marketplace finds, but as you're gonna see in an upcoming video when I finish the M3, not everything for marketplace seems as it is. Thankfully with this one I got kind of lucky, even though I spent way extra money on 2 transmissions for no reason, for not being. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. I don't know where this video is going, but fun little how much it costs to build this 340i that everybody loves. That's the final price. A lot of hard work, sweat and tears, and a lot of help from incredible individuals to make this project come to life, and what is now my daily driver. A lot of you don't see it anymore. Well, I daily drive this car every day, and it's been incredible so far.